Now, to what may look like an ordinary pasture in Central Texas, it's called the Gault Site, and it's actually changing what we thought we knew about when humans first came to the Americas. A Dallas filmmaker wondered why she never knew this site existed and then spent 5 years working on the answer. I sat down with Olive Talley to learn more about what drove that passion.
So leave it to a Texan to go to Antarctica and come home with a story about Texas.
It was 2017, and a vacation lecture was about to change Olive Talley's life.
And he told us about this place in Central Texas that had helped rewrite history about the peopling of the Americas. And all of us Texans turned to each other and said, "Have you ever heard of this?" No. And I thought, as a journalist, why not? Why the heck had I never heard of this place?
Well, needless to say, you began to dig.
Yes, I do love that pun. Yes, I dug into Gault and realized that we have this special gem, this hidden treasure of an archaeological site here in our backyard in Central Texas. And most people have never heard of it.
Y'all don't have any idea what y'all have.
Talley's 5-year journey to change that.
The stones are speaking, and they're telling us that these people were very sophisticated.
Became an independent film called The Stones Are Speaking.
Experts thought the first people came into the Americas around 13,000 or 13,500 years ago. But how can that be if, in fact, there's this little spot in what is now modern-day Texas where there's evidence of people living here and camping here 20,000 years ago?
University of Texas archaeologist Dr. Mike Collins and his team uncovered more than 2 million artifacts.
Gault proved to be extraordinary,
putting early humans in Central Texas thousands of years sooner than experts once believed. But the path to that discovery was anything but smooth.
First time he walked onto the site, it looked like a World War I battlefield with all these big holes gouged out. But he looked beyond that, and he saw a landscape, and he's looking through the eyes of a geologist and an archaeologist, and he's seeing there's a constant supply of water, there's a big supply of chert, which people make their stone tools out of, and there were food sources for people and animals. You had everything here to sustain life in prehistoric times.
And it almost remained hidden. You see, the site had been on the radar of both expert and amateur collectors for nearly a century. Generations of landowners had allowed visitors to dig for arrowheads for a fee, but treasures far more precious were hiding in the bedrock below.
Bringing unit 98-4.
Just waiting for the right mix of curiosity, commitment, and expertise.
We are literally changing the story of the prehistory of the Americas.
At one point, the university pulled its support and the dig was shut down. After it resumed, the landowner stopped cooperating and the site was closed to scientists again.
This local site has influenced our understanding of the big human history.
Collins, however, was as resilient as the rocks being dug out of the ground around him.
He purchased the property with his own money.
Collins not only purchased what is now known as the Gault Site, he then promptly gave it away.
This was a place where there were trade routes,
ensuring that its treasures would be protected for generations to come.
It could have become a development. There could have been houses there. It's surrounded by 20 different rock quarries. So, I mean, who knows what would have happened to the property?
You throw in Gault with Mike and somehow it's just magic.
Talley's movie-making mission was to allow the stones to speak. The celebration of its success, though, is not how the story ends.
So I feel such pressure to tell his story for him. Let me just compose myself for a second.
It's okay.
Time has silenced her hero.
And I guess what I find so tragic about the story is that this brilliant mind is being eroded by this horrible disease called Alzheimer's. And I feel compelled, and I felt compelled throughout the whole project to do this story and get it done, because I knew that at some point Mike could not tell his own story. And so I'm telling his story on his behalf.
The history-altering site that Colin saved is now open for public tours.
There's only a handful of sites like this one.
And future scientists. Why should you care as a Texan about the story you tell in this film?
It's history. It's our history. It's human history. And it's really fascinating if you'll just stop and think and let the stones speak to you.
Now, The Stones Are Speaking will be screened as part of the USA Film Festival tomorrow at the Angelica Theater in Dallas at 4 o'clock. You might just see me there.